Hi, I'm Michael Josh from IFA 2016. Sony has a new smartphone, and this is our Xperia XZ Hands-On. Early this year, Sony introduced the Xperia X, signaling a new thrust towards smartphones that were less about specs, but about phones that were more affordable, but still with great features and solid design. Here at IFA in Berlin, they announced the Xperia XZ. They're calling it their new crowning jewel. In keeping with Sony's design aesthetic, the Xperia XZ is a thing of beauty. The new forest blue shade in particular is eye-catching as it is unique. It's also available in classic colors platinum and black. The phone is made of glass and metal, keeping Xperia's signature boxy design, but with curves on both sides giving it softer lines and making it comfortable to hold and incredibly easy to grip. The back of the phone is made from alkylido metal, which Sony says adds depth and shine to the finish. But unfortunately, it also is a fingerprint magnet. Like Sony's past flagships, the XZ is water resistant, so you don't have to worry about getting it wet in the rain. The front of the phone looks like this. It houses a 5.2-inch IPS display that looks great with colors that pop. On both sides of the display are speakers. Stereo front-facing speakers are the way to go, and we're glad Sony's kept that design choice. Physical buttons are on the right-hand side of the device. There's a power button with an embedded fingerprint sensor, volume rocker, and a dedicated shutter key, which we don't see often enough these days. The fingerprint sensor works fast and accurate, but if you're in the US, this feature is not included. The SIM and micro SD card slots are on the left. The standard headphone jack sits on top, while on the bottom, the USB Type-C port, which supports Quick Charge 3.0. Like its refined hardware design, the software interface gets a much-needed update and redesign also. It feels very close to stock Android, which is heaven sent. It's clean, snappy, and unencumbered by bloatware. If you're curious, here's what the spec sheet looks like. The phone has a top-of-the-line processor with a decent amount of RAM, although battery capacity could have been better. But Sony's new thrust is less about specs, and it's pretty evident on the Xperia XZ also. Sony's great at making professional cameras, and it feels like they're on a quest to build the best camera smartphone too. Like many of its high-end cameras, it has a feature called Predictive Hybrid Autofocus for shooting moving objects, a laser sensor for measuring distance, and an infrared sensor to help the camera deliver accurate colors. The Xperia XZ is also the first smartphone in the world with 5-axis image stabilization, a technology Sony first made available on its top-of-the-line A7 II mirrorless cameras. The feature should result in sharper handheld video even if you're moving while shooting. Taking into account camera features, the Xperia XZ has the makings of being the best in the biz, but only time will tell if real-world performance will back it up. The Xperia XZ will launch globally this October in single and dual SIM variants. And that was a quick hands-on with the Sony Xperia XZ. For more IFA coverage, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and follow GadgetMatch on social media. Plus, make it a point to visit GadgetMatch.com daily. Until the next video, from here in Berlin, Germany, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.